Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing well. Today I am going to show you how I have my Think of Swim platform set up. And because many of you have been asking, how do I have it? How do I have it set up? And what am I using? And so on. So today I'm going to make a video so you guys can probably sort of test the indicators that I'm using, and maybe that setup can help you, but I recommend that you test different indicators regardless, so you can practice and become uh, hopefully better in your training. Not training, but trading. Okay, so here's the full screen, obviously. So the first thing we need to do is click on Edit Studies, which is this little icon right here. When you click on it, well, obviously you're going to see my setup, but let's start from the beginning, from the top. So you need to type simple moving average. Simple moving average. Basically, you double click on this one. You also need to click on, well, if you double click on it, it'll show up here. You can also click on it once and click add selected. That'll also add it on the right side. Once you do that, let's look for VWeb. Even though I'm not crazy about VWeb, but I still have it. So, you can add it if you like, or whatever. I'm just showing you what I have. Also, click on Standard Deviation Channel. You can click on it twice if you want, or you can just do this, and then we go back to simple moving average, a standard deviation channel. So basically, you're going to have two standard deviation channels. I'll leave it up to you. And then after that, I have volume, but I also use the average, this one, right? Double click on it, and we'll talk about that later as soon as we add everything else. I have MACD here, but I'm not using it, as you can see on the screen behind. I'm not using it. I'd like to test different indicators, but not using MACD at the moment. You can also type, or you should type, RSI. I do use the RSI a lot, and I do pay attention to it, along with Ttm Squeeze. This one, right? Double click on it as well, and it'll show up here. Fine. Now that you added everything on the right side, let's double click on it, and basically this needs to be your setup. For length, click on 50. You can play with all these options. Okay, if you click on, if I uncheck show plot, basically it'll stay in my studies. That's what it's called, the studies, but it won't show up just like MACD, right? The MACD is it's in there, but I'm not using MACD. Well, it's not showing up in my screen right now. So you can turn it on or turn it off, enable it, disable it, whatever you want to call it, by doing this. You can also select the color and up signal. I'm not using it right now. Down signal, I'm not using it right now. But basically, this is what the 15 simple moving average, SMA, is also known as the SMA, simple moving average. And that's what I have for this one, right? Next one is VWeb. VWeb, I left it basically same except for the colors and the style. I selected this option for style, and I selected yellowish. I don't have anything here. I don't have anything here. So that's pretty straightforward. Obviously, these numbers are there by default. Leave it up to you if you want to use VWeb or not. Some people just use VWAP and volume, and that's all they do. Some people just use the MACD and RSI, and that's how they trade. Everybody's different, but I'm just showing you what I have. And then we go with standard deviation channel. Double click on it. And here I selected 1.5. The length should be 21. Obviously, show study, show plot. Change the color to whatever you like. I selected red because red to me means like stop, be careful, or be aware that it might be too high. Meaning the price might be too high and I should not chase above the red line. And I will explain that later. You can play with all these options. I don't have this enabled. The middle or well, the lower it is enabled, and that's the lower line is green, meaning if the price is near this line or below this line, that means that the price has fallen a lot, and it's probably a good opportunity to buy if you feel that the price has dropped enough, or if you feel that it dropped below this green line, even though you have good news, that means the price might just shoot up pretty soon. I would use this with the RSI and maybe make a decision based on that and based on news. All right, so that one is the deviations are 1.5 and the length is 21. Let's move on. This is the SMA, the 20 SMA. As you can see, this is the 50, 20, 200. But let's go into the 20. For length, make sure you have 20. Displacement is 0. You can select the width or the style, and I also selected white, just to know which SMA I'm looking at. All right. Up signal. I think I left it alone. Market just closed. What am I looking at here? So these are there by default, basically. All right, that's the SMA. The 20 SMA. Let's go with the 200 SMA. And once again, I selected this color. You can change the color to whatever you like. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just know what color you selected for what. And everything is basically there by default, I believe. 200 for length. Replacement is 0. So let's go back to the standard deviation, standard dev channel. Double click on that. Deviation is well, actually, I'm not using this one, but if you want to use it, it's up to you. You will get more lines between the red and the green. You will get, more lines, but I didn't find them useful. So, not sure if you want to add this one, but I'll leave it up to you. You can test them out if you like. If you don't like them, you can just click on the X and it'll remove this. So, okay, volume, same thing. Leave it alone. I left basically the default. I think I changed this to 3, just to be able to see the volume a little bit better. Obviously, red means when the candle or the price is coming down, and green is when the price or sellers are buying, right? When sellers are buying, it'll turn green. When buyers are buying, it'll turn green. When sellers are selling, or the price is coming down, and it'll turn red. For length, we have 50. And this is basically all by default. All these settings are there. This color is this little line that you see right here in the volume, right? So you can change it to whatever you like. Let's move on. MACD, same thing. You can play with the colors, but everything is there by default. RSI, these are the numbers by default. Length is 14th, overbought is 70, oversold is 30. That's any company or any broker will give you those numbers, most likely. And then you can make changes here, right? So here I have white, which is these lines over here between the 70 and 30. Basically, when the price is overbought, then it'll change to red to kind of alert me, just if I'm not paying attention, that the price it might be too high, it might be too hot, and the price might come down soon. So I pay attention to that a lot. Same thing with green. If the RSI turns green, that means, hey, it might be time to buy. Okay. So you can play with these options here, but everything is there by default. Just I only changed these basically. Let's move on. TTM Squeeze. If you're not familiar with the TTM Squeeze, I can do a video for you guys, but basically, when you see so in the middle we have a line which is 0, right? When you see the like hopefully you can see this, but on the bottom left, you see that it started with red, meaning the price was coming down. Then it turned yellow, meaning, hey, the price might be starting to go back up. And if it turns green, hey, the price is still going up, so it's probably a good time to buy. But when the price starts turning blue, or not the price, but when this chart starts turning blue, or these bars that start turning blue, that means, hey, buyers are kind of cooling off. There's not a lot of buyers right now, and the price might be coming down. So, you can use it obviously to buy and get out when it turns blue. You need to practice this, at your own risk. Only use one share and get familiar with this indicator. I use it every day, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Indicators will not tell you what the price is going to be in the next minute, or the next bar, or the next 5 minutes, or 5 bar. It won't. This is just to give you an idea, a hint of what might happen. Okay, so I changed the colors just to make it easier on my eyes. I like red for, hey, price is coming down. Yellow for, hey, price might be going up. Blue, price is coming down. And green, yep, everybody's buying, or buyers are just busy buying. And that's basically it. You can play with these colors, and you will see them, changing your TTM Squeeze. And that's about it, guys. I don't really use any other indicators. I'm always trying to learn or see if I can use other indicators. Basically, I'd like to practice with other indicators. But if you have too many things on your screen, chances are you're going to get confused and you're not going to pull the trigger. So don't get too fancy with your indicators. This is what I use. I like to, first of all, I pay attention to the volume, right? If you're trying to buy shares and there's no volume, you will get your shares, and then you're going to sit there, and the price is not going to go up or down because there's no volume. Basically, nobody's buying. Okay, so here you can see that just when the market closed, the volume went up to 449 trades that minute. Basically, the volume was almost 500K, which is very good. All right. Also, if you can follow the TTM Squeeze, the TTM Squeeze was saying, yep, there's people buying. And the RSI was saying, yep, there's people buying. Or momentum is going up, right? You need to practice but you need to get familiar with the 20 EMA, the 50 EMA, which is the purple one, and the 200 EMA. If you follow my videos, I am constantly talking about, is the price going to is the price dropping, and is it going to stop at the 50 or the 200? When the price goes below the 200, you might be in trouble. If you catch the price below the 200 and you want to buy there, pay attention to see if the price will pass the 200, because the 200, not always, but most of the time, will act as resistance, meaning the price might be going up, but as soon as it goes or hits the 200, the price will drop. So this is part of learning how to day trade. You can also use these EMAs. You can also use these indicators if you want to swing trade, or who knows, maybe you want to buy low, obviously, and maybe a week or two. When you come in here and you look at the daily chart, you might say, hey, you know what? The price I think it's already too high. Like for instance, here, let's say you bought here at 770, and then a month later, the price basically doubled. But as you can see, it was above the red line, the standard deviation, right? It was above that, meaning, hey, we're playing with fire here. At any moment, the price might drop. And sure enough, I mean, look, price just started dropping slowly, and it came down. Well, it came all the way down to $21. That's pretty bad. However, I made a little bit of money with this company today. What was I trying to say? Yes. So if you look at the daily chart, and if you're trying to invest for a week, 2 weeks, or a month or 2 months, maybe these EMAs or the standard deviation lines will help you. But these are things that you need to practice on your own time, and hopefully with just one share. Can you do this while you paper trade? Of course you can do this. But when you paper trade, the feeling, the emotions are different. Why? Because you have nothing to lose. If the price goes down, who cares? You hit reset and everything goes back to whatever, right? But when you put your money in there and your account turns red, your mind will start telling you different things. So you need to practice. This is a mental game. All right. I think that's all I had for you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I think I covered basically everything that I have set up. Well, we can talk about a watch list and the level 2 and news and all that stuff, which is on the right and left side. But we can do that on a different video. All right, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to help. If you like the video, please like the video and share the video with other people. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.